Here in my work at the Wilson Center and focused on China, that air and climate change emissions, CO2 emissions from China, that tends to get the bigger press. I mean, air is in your face. But for a number of years, I mean, I've been saying that, water's their bigger problem. I mean, in some ways, it's been the time bomb that's gradually been building. But now even the Chinese government is acknowledging the magnitude of the water problem. I mean, how can you ignore the fact when about half your rivers are grade 5 or worse, which means it should not be used for industry, ag, and don't dream of drinking it. And the fact that you have whole villages in northern China that are just being swallowed in these waves of sand coming in, and a lot of eco-refugees from northern China, from the west and central regions of the country, that because they can't grow anymore, they're out of water, and that starts having a big impact on cities that are already stretched to the seams of other people rural people who've come to the city for economic opportunities. But this is a new wave of, shall we say, refugees coming into the cities, that they're fleeing desperate situations in rural areas. China's economic growth has been built on a foundation of ecological destruction, and it's driven in great part because local governments have no incentives to protect the environment. I mean, there's little transparency and accountability at the local government level, and Beijing can't really stop it. Can they make the changes fast enough? And in some ways, when we do hear reports of the big 100 tons benzene spill up in the Songhua River 2 years ago, I mean, that was awful, but in some ways, maybe it's necessary that you have to have these crises to galvanize the right people on top. Well, I mean, to belabor the obvious, I mean, water is life, and that people have an emotional attachment. When you think in China, too, the Yellow River, what do they call the Yellow River? It's the Mother River, the cradle of Chinese civilization. I mean, I think that water pollution could very well be the catalyst that will enable people to push for greater change in the political system for getting a cleaner environment. I mean, in some ways, I mean, it's a tougher nut. I mean, I think that because in air pollution, I mean, they have made a lot of progress. I mean, there's still challenges. There's the dependence on coal. I mean, that's another whole battle. But again, for the water, I mean, when the water's gone, life is gone.